Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Gurley Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Leighton. We have Brigitte, Cueter, Carino. All these are coming up and more after word from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
The Indonesian government transferred.
Aside from dismissed Mayor Alice Go, another name that has been repeatedly mentioned in relation to illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators is her business partner, Huang Ziyang, who turns out to be a fugitive. Huang is a co-incorporator of Go in Baofu Land Development in Bamban, where illegal pogos operated. He is also allegedly an incorporator of a pogo hub in Clark, Pampanga, and has connections with Lucky South 99, an illegal pogo in Porac, Pampanga. According to Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Huang is possibly a member of the Chinese Triad, an international organized crime syndicate.
May mga information lang akong sinasabi sa akin kung sino siya, hindi pa validated. Kaya masasabi kong possible yan. Pero ang very sure ako, kasama siya sa mga money laundering organized crime.
For Gatchalian and the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, Huang can be considered a top player in the pogo industry.
Hindi ko pa masabi ngayon kung siya yung pinaka-big boss, no? But so far, boss siya.
Ang alam ko, siya yung boss na may 5 passports.
Huang was recently monitored in Taiwan but supposedly moved to Hong Kong, according to Gatchalian.
Importante ma-file natin yung case at tumakbo na yung case para maka-issue ng formal warrant of arrest at para ma-alert na natin yung Interpol at malilimitahan rin yung kanyang galaw.
Huang has been charged with qualified human trafficking and money laundering. He is also one of those who allegedly helped Go and her group after they left the Philippines.
From our information, yung pangalan niya lumalabas rin doon sa mga activities sa pagtakas nila sa Malaysia, sa Indonesia. Even yung, if you remember, yung si Duan Renwu, no? Kasi yung pangalan din niya nandoon rin sa pagtakas. Nag-book ng hotel, nag-facilitate ng travels, may mga contact on the ground.
It can be recalled that according to the National Bureau of Investigation, Go entered Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on July 18 and Sabah on July 19. This is different from the statement of Go that they entered Sabah first. Although former Mayor Alice Go may once again refuse to answer questions in the next Senate hearing on September 17, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian says the case or evidence against her remains strong. Like other senators, Gatchalian does not approve of Go's request for an executive session or closed-door meeting.
Hindi naman national security threat to. Number 2, yung kanyang death threat hindi naman officially reported. Parang para sa akin gawa-gawa lang niya ito para hindi siya sumagot sa mga tanong.
According to Cruz, some individuals have asked him if Go's case can be fixed.
Kunyari, itatanong nila, kamusta yung kaso ni Alice Go? Pwede pa bang tulungan yan? Mga ganon, pero walang pinag-uusapang pera. Nakakalungkot nga, yung iba, kaibigan mo pa.
Cruz did not give other details. Meanwhile, the Department of Justice is already investigating the information of former Senator Ping Lacson that Go offered his friend 1 billion pesos to help her.
Pinapersonan namin yan dati pa. Very sophisticated ang laro niya. Maybe she's just extremely talented. Pero hindi siya ordinary felon. Marami siyang support.
Goscamp, on the other hand, has submitted her counter-affidavit to the Commission on Elections on the misrepresentation case filed against her for claiming to be a Filipino in her certificate of candidacy. A fingerprint analysis by the National Bureau of Investigation showed that Alice Go and Go Huaping, a Chinese national, are the same person.
Global stocks on a tear thanks to a tech rally, with the MSCI Asia Pacific Index climbing the most in almost a month. Here at home, the PSE Index jumped 1.2% to close above 7,000, finally, supported still by net foreign buying of nearly 350 million. This is the bourse's first 7K finish since February.
For now, the index, I think, is still on the fighting mode, no? Especially after testing and bouncing off the previous resistance of the bullish head and shoulders we shared before. No? And with that, I think there's a possibility that the market could really take the 7,000 away, no? And perhaps finally make a shot at the 7,500 high it made in 2022.
In corporate stories, Global Ferronickel set to continue its previously approved buyback program to acquire up to 2% of its outstanding common shares at a market price over the next 3 years. Buybacks are typically done to enhance shareholder value and reflect the company's confidence in the long-term prospects. And the ink has dried for the sale of SPC Power Corporation's 70% stake in Bohol Light Company to Razon affiliate Prime Electric Holdings. That's nearly 30 million common shares for 199.6 million pesos. Bohol Light is a power distributor that serves Tagbilaran City.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down and down. It's happened during every economic cycle, and it will happen again. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value and sometimes grows during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right, for about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back, but you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now.
Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. Again, 800-555-1212. Don't wait. Call us right now.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is the perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332 3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
ViaTimes, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. ViaTimes for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. ViaTime has very interesting columnists. You name it, ViaTimes has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call ViaTimes at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today I have a very exciting, interesting personality who has been in our show before, and she is a very popular community figure, and her name is Reverend Pastor Nancy Abiera. Hi, Nancy. Welcome to our show.
Hi, Veronica, my friend, my gorgeous friend.
All right. Okay. Pastor Nancy Abiera is a life coach, and she has been guiding counselor for ViaTimes. And of course, she is a pastor. And what else, Nancy? How can you describe yourself?
Well, if you see me at a social arena, I'm your friend. If you see me in a church, I'm a pastor. If you see me in a hospital, I'm a chaplain. And if you see me at home, I'm a mother, a wife, grandma, and a great grandma.
All right. Okay. All right.
I wear different hats. And if you see me at ViaTimes,
everything we need in life. Okay. All right. Nancy, I invited you for the show today to, of course, to talk about what is really going on in your life as a spiritual person. Some spiritual words from you.
Well, to be honest with you, I thought when we get into the senior age that you will be not as happy as when you were young. But I was wrong. The more I get mature in my age and in my experience in life, the more I became happier, joyful, peaceful, and most of all, very fulfilled.
You're always a happy person.
But I'm having a time of my life, just like when we were in Canada.
Yes, that was a very exciting trip. We just had a trip to what do you call Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls in Canada side, and Nancy and I really had so much fun. And it was just a trip of a lifetime that we can forget. Right, Nancy?
All right. And you know what? One thing in life, I always create memories with people, whether it's my friend, my husband, or my children, or even like friends like you, because memories are living, treasured, I would say, jewels in our lives.
Yes, of course. Okay, Nancy. With your work as a pastor and in dealing with all kinds of people out there, what can you say about that that kind of work that you're doing for the community?
Well, one thing I like with the calling that I am with, because I was a CPA by profession before, but now I'm a pastor. So I've always wanted to really be a part of people's lives. I always believe in a motto saying, when joy is shared, joy is multiplied and added. And when grief or sadness are shared, it is subtracted and divided. So whenever I'm with people, I just kind of share things with them and I listen to them because I have a gift of empathy. I could feel what they're feeling and I could sympathize with them. It's a gift. It's not something that, I have. It's a God-given gift.
You are a regular contributor or columnist for the ViaTimes News Magazine for a long time. Can you please tell us about what you write about? Keep us updated.
Okay. I've been writing for almost 9 years now because I started in 2015. And my theme is on a bright side. There's a story behind that. I was 8 years old when I started going up into the roof of our small house in the Philippines. And I would always dream and imagine things, what's going to be in the future. And I saw it so bright. And when I came down, there's one time that my father caught me and said, "What are you doing up there?" And I said, "Well, I was just getting some guavas and taking a nap and resting and just dreaming." And then he said to me, "Oh, anak, ang ganda-ganda ng kinabukasan mo. It's like masyadong maliwanag yung kinabukasan mo." So it's like I didn't realize because at age 8, I thought he saw what I saw. So that became my life motto. And every time I go through challenges in life, I always remember what my father said. "Anak, ang ganda-ganda ng kinabukasan mo. You have a very bright future ahead of you." And being a pastor now, we carry Jesus' light. We are the light of the world, a reflection of Jesus. So pretty much similar to what my father said.
Your father saw your bright future, your bright and happy future ahead of you.
Well, that's why I think it's important that we honor our parents because they could see things that we don't see. And if I may just add this, Veronica, because this is key. I've always wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a flight attendant. That was my dream in life. But because of financial reason, my father retired. So I was not able to go medical school or law school. But you know what? As a pastor, I could be a physician praying for people and they're getting healed. I could ask for forgiveness like a lawyer and they can be forgiven. And I booked them to straight flight to heaven as a flight attendant to the kingdom of heaven. So I didn't understand it when I was 8, but now that I'm 66, oh, that's what God meant. I mean,
hey, great.
So in a way, what I wanted as a young person, it became true. The dream became true. And I thank God for that.
Amen. All right. Okay. Well, can you talk about yourself as a working mother?
Okay. As a working mother, I always prioritize myself in terms of God first, and then your husband, and then your children, and then your calling or whatever it is, your job, whatever it is, responsibility that you have. Because if you don't give priority and importance on what is important and priority, you get messed up. In fact, before I became a strong believer, my life was full of mess. But when I aligned myself with God, God created lots of messages out of those mess. Because if I stay in the mess, I would just age.
Okay, all right. All right. Pastor Nancy.
Yes.
Okay, what words of advice can you give to our viewing audience as members of our community or as members of their own family?
Okay. Well, as most people know me, this is my one of the principles I use in my life. Be joyful in hope, patient when you're going through afflictions in life, and faithful in prayer. Because when we work, we get stressed out. But when we pray, God works and He removes the stress out. So no matter what you're going through, count it all joy because God has a purpose and a destiny for you. A great plan. But sometimes we don't really see it that way. Focus on the problem solver, not the problem.
Okay, what can you say about your life as a ViaTimes columnist?
Well, as a ViaTimes columnist, that was actually my dream because remember, before I met you, I've always followed you. I've always looked up to you like, oh, I wanted to be like her. She's so pretty, she's so diverse, she's so multi-talented. I call you like the Oprah of the Philippines in a good way. Because you're very articulate, you're very smart, you're very beautiful inside and out. And when I met you and you asked me to write, I even told you, remember, I don't know how to write. But because of your work, you can write. The power of words that you gave me made me a writer.
It's because I know a talented person when I meet one.
You have a very good discerning spirit, Veronica. You're very discerning. I don't think you realize how much gift God has given you as far as knowledge within you. The insight that you have, men have sights, but you have insights.
Okay, you're so cute. You're so cute. Anyway. Okay, what are we celebrating these days that you can give some words of spirituality?
Okay, actually, this is really key. Most people, like when I was still in the Philippines, we celebrate the Saint John, Saint Matthew, Saint Luke, all the saints. We celebrate their feast, but most people don't realize these are not the feast of the Lord. The feast of the Lord is when He created the world. That's Rosh Hashanah, which is the Feast of Trumpets. That's going to be on October 4. So 30 days before that and 30 days after, He opens the heavens. And then there's the Day of Atonement, which is October 12, which is a week after. And then before you know it, it's the Feast of Tabernacles. So, pretty much from now until November, middle part of November, there is open heaven. So I would encourage people to even pray for the impossible, because impossible becomes I'm possible with God, because His name is I am. So during this feast, I would encourage you, ask for, even the impossible things. Just like the song, to dream the impossible dream.
All right. I'm telling you, this lady pastor is always so much fun to be around. And always does not run out of words to say.
Something to say related to that, Veronica, if that's okay. There was a time I was giving a message on prayer, and then all of a sudden I started singing, and I said, when you pray to Jesus Christ, makes no difference who you are. When you pray to Jesus Christ, your dreams come true.
Wow! Love it. I love it. I'm telling you, this Pastor Nancy is something else,
Well, because God made us this way. We're made in His image and likeness. That's why we need to be like God, made in His image. Reflection.
All right. Very good. Okay. We're running out of time.
I know.
You have any last words to say before we sign off?
Well, I just wanted to say that God created gorgeous and handsome people with a plan and purpose and destiny. Our job is to discover that and to follow and serve Him. And that's what I've been doing.
All right. Terrific.
Blessings to you.
Sweet and concise.
Yes, and I
right.
speak blessing to all the viewers, body, soul, and spirit, for healing, for restoration, and most of all, for them to discover who they are with power of love and sound mind and purpose in life. Amen.
Amen. Amen, Pastor Nancy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maraming salamat for gracing our show today. And I wish you good luck, more fun in life, and have a good day.
You too. Blessings. Blessings to everybody.
Bye.
Paalam. Till next time.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako
Love
po si
you.
Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting, interesting personality, a Filipino American, and she's a lawyer, and she's running for judge in DuPage County of Illinois. And help me welcome Miss Hope Fatima Mercado. Hi, Hope. How are you?
Hi, Veronica. Thank you for having me. Kumusta sa inyo lahat?
All right. Kumusta? And I invited you here today because just like what I said in my intro, you're a lawyer right now, and you are running for judge.
DuPage County Judicial Court in the 3rd Sub-Circuit. So it's an open seat. There's a vacancy here in DuPage County, so that's where I'm vying for November election. So this coming November is not only the presidential election, it's also a local election here in DuPage County.
Okay, great. Oh, well, DuPage County. Okay, I live in Cook County here in Illinois, and she is talking about DuPage County, which is another big county here in Illinois, right?
Well, I used to live in Cook County, Veronica. We used to live in Cook County. Great place to live. But now I'm in DuPage County. I love it here. And I have to promote DuPage because I'm running for DuPage Court. But yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, it's an honor to be talking with you. I mean, because I've heard so much great things. And Veronica, you are indeed a trailblazer. I've heard it from so many people. And thank you for being there for the Filipino community. We need more people like you in Cook County.
Well, thank you, Hope. It's also my honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
I've heard so much about you too. And I'm really happy that we were able to connect. Okay, now, as regarding to your candidacy as judge, Okay, so why are you running for this position?
That is a good question, because a lot of, Filipino Americans and all over, even my colleagues in Cook County and DuPage County, they ask me, Hope, why are you running? I mean, it's daunting. It's, it's challenging in a sense. But why I'm running primarily, Veronica, I have to be honest, especially here in DuPage County, we need representation. We need representation on the bench. Right now, obviously, we don't have Asian American in DuPage Court, let alone Filipino American in DuPage Court. So there's lack of diversity, right? And that's where it come in. Representation is really important because to have that equality or to achieve equality under the law, Veronica, you need equal representation from all communities. So right now, we don't have that in DuPage. Cook County, I think we have several Filipino American judges, Asian American judges, African American and Hispanic. In DuPage, it's a different story. We don't have that. So if I'm elected, I need the support of all Filipino American communities and all communities here in DuPage. If I'm elected, I'll be the first Filipino American in DuPage Court. I'll be the first Asian American woman in DuPage Court. So the stake is high, and I'm working hard every day just to spread the word to everyone, all the residents in DuPage County. So that's primarily the number one reason that I'm running. But secondly, obviously, I want the court to be fair. I want judicial independence. I don't want the court to be deciding cases based on politics, based on outside influence, based on, special interest or anything like that. I want the court to just decide based on the rule of law, most importantly, the rule of law, and also competence. And, I've been a litigation attorney for over 20 years, Veronica. I've handled so many cases. I've handled diverse cases. And I've represented people and individuals, families from different walks of life, from different backgrounds. So I have that diversity of not only in, my background, but diversity of practice, diversity of my legal experience in the law. So that's what I bring into the DuPage Court. All that and plus a lot more. So that's what I offer.
Okay, very good. As you've said, you're the first Asian American to be running in this position in DuPage County. So you're opening the door for Asian Americans with what you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's time. It's long due here in DuPage County. And like I said, we have few Filipino American judges in DuPage, in Cook County, but zero in DuPage. And not a single Asian American woman in DuPage. So it is, I'm up for the challenge. And it's when I started running back in September, late September, people told me here in DuPage, even my, the party that I'm running from and other people, candidates, elected officials, they told me it's too late. Hope, it's too late. Your opponents have campaigned 2 years prior, so it's too late. And, that didn't deter me. I persevered, I moved forward, and my husband was a key factor in helping me get on the ballot, friends and family. Without them, I wouldn't be here talking to you about my campaign. So that's a key. Family support, friends and colleagues who truly believe that I can do it. And I know I can do it, Veronica.
Personally, what are your chances, you think?
I have a very good chances. Why I say that is because of this. I can relate to people. I came from a background where, I came from a big family, a large family, immigrant family. And I'm the seventh child. So I have 9 siblings, 5 brothers, 4 sisters. Came from a really large family. My mother was a teacher for 45 years, and my dad was a small business owner for 50
What
years.
province are you from? In the Philippines.
Oh, my dad's from Batangas, so that's north.
Batangas, Philippine, I mean, Tagalog.
Right, Tagalog. And my mom, so my mom, listen, my mom is from the south, from Mindanao.
Oh,
So north and south, right? And then they met in Manila. So I came from a humble background, came from a large family. I'm Filipino American. I came from a very devout Catholic family. So I was raised in a Catholic conservative values, and that's what I bring in. And I want to reflect, or I want the court to reflect our community too, because here in DuPage, although we have a lot of substantial population of Filipino American, not all of them are engaged in civic. So I'm trying to educate our community to be involved, not only in social events, functions, parties, or picnic. Get involved, be active in civics, vote, register, and participate in the legal process, right? And political process. That is important because you cannot have a voice without participating. And that's what I think the Filipino American communities are lacking, not just in DuPage, but I think in Cook County too, Veronica.
correct. Is there a big number of Asian population in DuPage?
There is. We have, I attended a few, actually several since I started campaigning. We have Taiwanese American, we have Korean American, we have Indian, Southeast or South Asian, the Indian population here, and of course the Filipino American population. I'm currently a member of the Filipino American Association in the South DuPage. Yes, facade. They call it facade. And obviously, I've been invited a few events for the Filipino American seniors of DuPage. So I'm very, very engaged and involved in our communities here, but also I'm trying to reach out to other Asian communities. So my chances are pretty good. Let me tell you why. Because although I'm running, let me go back. Last primary election in March, I got the most votes of all judicial candidates for DuPage, Veronica. I am so blessed. I thought hard work and prayers work. I got the most votes of all judicial candidates for DuPage Court. So that was my, sort of sale pitch to people. Hey, I got the most votes. It's name recognition. I went door to door during the primary season, and I know it's they told me you have to work hard, you have to get yourself out there. I did that. I went church to church, train station, door to door. My husband and I and a few volunteers, they helped me spread the word, spread my name. So before the primary, that's exactly what it did. And guess what? It worked. Name recognition worked. And the fact that I'm reaching out to the community, not just my community, Asian American community, all communities of DuPage, they now know me. So my chances is I'm using the data from the primary, and also the fact that even though I'm running as a Republican candidate here in DuPage, being a minority woman, I think I'm confident that I may be able to reach out to the swing voters, independent voters, and Democrat voters.
Great, terrific. How big is the DuPage population of Asians?
Well, based on the the total registered voters, the last data, I'm using the last data, the latest data for the entire registered voters in DuPage, there is about approximately 670,000. I know it's not a lot. That's registered voters. And for my sub-circuit, Veronica, it's very limited, very narrow population. We're talking about only 91,000 in my sub-circuit. That means the voters potential voters in my sub-circuit, but the totality of voters in DuPage, less than 700,000. It's not a lot. Maybe in population wise, maybe more than that, but the registered voters are only less than 700,000. Asian American voters comprise of, unfortunately, 10%, approximately 10% of that. And they're growing. Some of them may not be registered, so maybe the data is off because some of them are not registered. If you mobilize them and have them register before the election, I think I can get more votes out of the Asian American population. And that's my agenda, to mobilize the Asian American communities along with Filipino American communities to win. I plan to win in November, Veronica. I plan to win in November.
All right, very good. Well, Miss Hope, Fatima Mercado, living, living with your name like that, I hope that you are hopeful.
People tell me, I've heard people say, oh, that's your name. I thought that's a slogan. Well, I'm using that as a slogan, but it's actually, I tell people that's my name. So, you have to vote hope in November. So that's, it is, I'm using that as a campaign, hope, right? And I'm fortunate to have that name. And it's sometimes it's pretty challenging to live up to that name, but I'm trying every single day to live up to that name, because my mom will be so disappointed if I don't.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Are you a member of the Filipino American Lawyers Association?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, because they have my back. They're supporting me. I currently serve on the board of the Filipino American Lawyers Association of Chicago. I hope they can change it to Illinois. So I've been with FALA, the acronym for Filipino American Lawyers Association. I've been with FALA for I believe over 5 years now. And a colleague of mine, Janice Dantes, kudos to Janice. She's the one who actually, highly recommended or encouraged me to participate and get more involved within the legal community of Filipino lawyers in Illinois. So that was pretty interesting because, we need to have the support of the legal community too, not just our own community, but the legal community. They have to vet you, they have to support you, they have to recommend you, they have to endorse you. So I'm glad that they're behind, they're supporting me, that I have their unwavering support, and I'm really proud to be a member and be on the board.
Terrific. Okay, before we sign off, I want you to talk to our viewing audience. So there might be some DuPage County residents who are watching us now. Okay, to vote for you. Okay.
Thank you for that. So, mga kababayan, if you live in DuPage County, if you reside in Downers Grove, Woodridge, Westmont, Oak Brook, Darien, and a portion of Naperville, I need your support. Please help me be your candidate and elect me for DuPage Court, 3rd Sub-Circuit. I will be humbled and honored to have your unwavering support. If you want to know more about me, please visit my website at electhopeforjudge.com. And if you want to know more about me, you can call me, send me an email, or just, reach out to Veronica. She has my information. Thank you, Veronica, for this opportunity, and God bless you all.
Yay! Thank you. Hope, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Veronica. This is great. This is great.
And I wish you good luck. And,
thank you.
And also, don't hesitate to give us a call if you need some help for some more broadcasts.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, I just want to plug my 4th of July parade in Downers Grove, in downtown Downers Grove. I have my own lineup there, Elect Hope for DuPage Court. It's going to start at 1 o'clock. The parade start up at 1 o'clock. in Downers Grove. So I want to plug that in. And Veronica, I have a next fundraising event in August 21 in Downers Grove. I'll be honored to have you there in my next event in Downers Grove.
All right, great. Would love to be there if I could make it.
I'll send you an email. I'll send you an email. I'll send you an email reminder. Thank you, Veronica, again. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Hope. Hope Fatima Mercado, a Filipino American lawyer living in DuPage County, and she's running for a judge. Don't forget her name and her face, of course. She will be appearing in the show most of all if she wins the election. Of course, hopeful, right?
I will. That's the plan. Win in November. Okay.
Maraming salamat. Hope.
Likewise. Thank you, Veronica, for this opportunity.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protest over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in this point.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer the question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents. This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Brigitte Carino Cueter bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Chinese Mutual Aid Association, Indo-American Center, and Abnagar have come together as anchor organizations with the intent of developing a Pan-Asian American Center with strong support from the Illinois Asian American Legislative Caucus. The goal will be to find a physical space where the Pan-Asian community can gather and share services and resources. A physical space will make visible our unique cultural backgrounds and facilitate community development and capacity building in the region. The center aims to create a resource hub under one roof for the Pan-Asian community. Community members will have access to resources for employment, healthcare, language, arts, culture, and immigration services, all within a welcoming space for cultural and social events. As such, the community is invited to join a town hall on September 1st. This group wants to build a center with community input at Skokie Public Library. The City of Chicago Office of Inspector General has released an advisory report identifying failures in the city's monitoring of concessionaire agreements for compliance with minority and women-owned business enterprise participation requirements, specifically highlighting undetected non-compliance with those requirements in the 2008 agreement between the city and Chicago Parking Meters, LLC, for lease of the city's parking meters. In 1990, the city enacted requirements for M/WBE participation in city contracts to address discriminatory barriers to access to government contracts. Accordingly, the 2008 concessionaire agreement between the city and CPM contained M/WBE participation goals, requiring that CPM utilize M/WBE certified vendors for a certain percentage of the annual operating expenses of the parking meter system. However, OIG found that the city's efforts to monitor M/WBE compliance in the CPM agreement had failed to ensure compliance with those participation requirements. The Illinois Commerce Commission is partnering with the Federal Communications Commission, the National Association of State Utility Consumer Advocates, and the National Association of Regulatory Utility Commissioners to promote Digital Connectivity and Lifeline Awareness Week from September 8th through the 14th, 2024. The FCC's Lifeline program offers discounts to help residents access voice or broadband services. Whether it's to call 911, access healthcare services, or connect with loved ones, access to phone and broadband services is critical for all Illinoisans. The FCC's Lifeline program offers financial help to keep low-income customers connected to these critical services, said ICC Chairman Doug Scott. Lifeline helps low-income consumers connect to America's communications networks to find jobs, access to healthcare services, connect with family and friends, and call for help in an emergency. In an effort to forge relationships and increase export sales of agricultural products, the Illinois Department of Agriculture will host 31 international buyers from 9 different countries as part of a 4-day tour. Buyers from Honduras, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, China, and Vietnam will visit Illinois facilities September 9th through the 12th. The Illinois Grain Tour gives participants the opportunity to meet and build relationships with our farmers, producers, and retailers. The result is international exposure for Illinois grain, said IDOA Director Jerry Costello II. Illinois leads the nation in soybean production, and we're number 2 in corn production. Nearly half of that inventory is exported, equating to billions of dollars in direct sales each year. The 2023 Illinois Grain Tour had projected sales of more than $30 million. Crime is up in Chicago despite citywide efforts, and more than $180 million to reduce violence through a series of programs. New data shows robbery, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery cases across the city are all at 5-year highs over the 12 months, as the number of violent crimes overall have jumped by 7.2%. Republican State Representative John Cabello said Chicago's rising crime rates amounts to an indictment of the state's present legal system and all its recent changes. When criminals know that they're probably not going to be held in jail because of the Safety Act, they're going to be a little bit more brave in what they do, Cabello told the Center Square. The arrests are down because the police are too afraid to do their jobs. They need to get rid of the Safety Act, no cash bail but for low-level offenses, and go back to what we were. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Brigitte. See you next time.
It's more fun in the Philippines.